in ISIS. We're also getting new details on the terror threat right here in the United States after an ISIS-inspired attack plot was disrupted in New York City. Our justice correspondent Pamela Brown is working all of this for us. What are you learning, Pamela?
Well, Wolf, law enforcement officials I've been speaking with say we're going to see a lot more of those ISIS-related cases like the one in Brooklyn, and it's likely going to remain that way until the ISIS propaganda machine is shut down. With ISIS's highest-profile recruit now unmasked, tonight U.S. law enforcement sources say they're focused on the terror group's
They're putting out a very effective propaganda message through social media, through lots of platforms, saying, hey, if you can't come to Syria, do something in the U.S.
The 3 New York men who were arrested by the FBI Wednesday remain in custody tonight, held without bond, intent authorities say on waging jihad for ISIS in Syria. According to court documents, if their travel plans failed, they boasted about wanting to shoot Obama, plant a bomb on Coney Island in New York City, shoot all police, kill the FBI, and hijack an airplane, quote, diverting the plane to the Islamic State. Plans they allegedly had if they weren't able to make it to Syria. Last month, the FBI arrested an Ohio man who authorities say planned to bomb the U.S. Capitol and shoot people as they fled. Also, prosecutors say in the name of ISIS.
I have homegrown violent extremist investigations in every single state. Until a few weeks ago, there was 49 states. Alaska had none, which I couldn't quite figure out. But Alaska has now joined the group. So we have investigations of people in various stages of radicalizing in all 50 states.
Tonight, the administration appears divided on how to describe the ISIS threat, after Secretary of State John Kerry said this to Congress Wednesday.
The truth is that notwithstanding the threat of ISIL, notwithstanding people being beheaded publicly and burned publicly, there is actually less threat and less probability of people dying in some sort of violent conflict today than at any time in human history.
But on Capitol Hill today, U.S. Intelligence Chief James Clapper painted a more dire picture, saying 180 Americans have now tried to join the fight in Syria, and that some have already returned to U.S. soil.
When the final accounting is done, 2014 will have been the most lethal year for global terrorism in the 45 years such data has been compiled.
And in that hearing today, Clapper also said that out of the relatively small number of Americans who have returned from fighting in Syria, officials have not identified any of them engaged in active plotting. But Wolf, he did say and reiterate, as we heard before, that these homegrown violent extremists continues to pose the most likely threat to the homeland.
Pamela Brown, thanks very much.